Alright, hi everybody. Welcome back to Smirking Gun. Turning on a light. Again. This is a very little... I bought The Revenant today. I'm one of those few people that didn't get out to see it. Actually, there was a lot of people that didn't get out to see this movie. We were all seeing Star Wars. But it came out like yesterday, I believe, on Amazon, and I just went and bought it because I buy everything that Leo's in anyway. And I paused it on this moment because this is pretty much where the movie, that's exact second. There's a second after this where the whole movie just goes. So, full spoilers for all of you who haven't watched it. It's a fantastic movie of survival, man. Should have Leo, this is the one that Leo won the Oscar for. He should have won it for this. He should have won it for The Aviator. He should have won it for other things too. But let's not. This is a movie about a guy who has a son. The one thing in his world that means anything to him. He's a tracker. He's guiding these guys through the woods that are trappers. And everything goes to shit. I mean, everything goes to shit. And they are running for their lives from these Indians who think they may have this chief's daughter. They don't know this. They don't know why they're being attacked. They figure it's for the pelts. Well, the Indians are going to take the pelts anyway. That's because that's just the way things worked. So they're on the run. They're trying to find their way back. Tom Hardy is so fantastic in this as the guy named Fitzgerald. Who is basically like saying like, what do we get out of this? Like, what did I just work all my life for? Like, this is my life. The money that I get from this pays for my life. And if I don't have this, then I don't have this. I mean, it's not a bad argument for the times that they were living in. So when he wants to get paid. He's always talking about getting paid. And that's the only part that's like kind of annoying, where he's just annoyingly talking about money. But they say they're gonna bury these pelts that they've taken after they've escaped this Indian raid that came and just wiped out a whole bunch of people, like out of nowhere. Just people just getting killed everywhere. They're on their way back, and Glass, played by DiCaprio, is scouting, and he gets mauled a second after this. I mean, like 2, 3 maybe seconds after this. I mean, this says it all. He's about to look over his shoulder, and there's about to be a freaking mama grizzly bear. It's gonna maul him to freaking death. Nobody should survive this stuff. And it's... I don't know how, I know it's a CGI bear, but they made it look like it was happening to him, like for real. You would not know that this was not actually happening. Because even though you go, that's CGI, but man, did somebody just create a computer-generated bear that became alive and attacked this guy? So he finally, kills this bear, and it's epic, man. It's like man versus nature. You want to watch, you can watch all sorts of stuff, but this was really hardcore. And they find, he finally kills the bear, and they find him, and they try to patch him up, and they're dragging him along because the guy in charge is an honorable man. Fitzgerald is not. And eventually they get to a point where they can't carry him anymore. It's winter time now, and they pay people to stay behind to make sure that maybe he'll get better, and if he doesn't, he'll get a proper burial. And of course, the guy who's been bitching about this the whole time, which is one of my other few little problems about this movie, is Fitzgerald volunteers. Oh yeah, me, the guy who's been complaining about this the whole time. Yeah, put me. I'll make sure he gets a good burial. Where's his head? Anyway, him and this other guy and Leonardo's, Glass's son, Hawke, who's like a half Indian kid, that's Leo's apple of his eye, stay behind to make sure that he either dies comfortably or gets better. Fitzgerald doesn't want to wait anymore. He thinks that Leo and him have a pact with death, but Glass's son, I'm going to have a hard time saying Glass and DiCaprio. Glass's son, Hawke, comes back and sees that he's smothering his father, and he hits the guy, and he won't let go, he won't let up, and so Fitzgerald's character by Tom Hardy just guts him. Just guts his son like nothing, like it didn't, like just the easiest thing in the world, because in his brain it's the simplest decision, like just drags his body off. Glass is going nuts. He's been laying there, but seeing his son get murdered in front of him, he just goes ballistic. So Fitzgerald and Bridger, the other guy that's trying to supposedly, bury them, they end up burying DiCaprio alive, take off, because Fitzgerald lied and said there was a bunch of Indians down at the creek and we have to go now. So from this point of the movie, it becomes just a point of survival where, of course, if you've seen the trailers, DiCaprio's not dead. And he gets out of the grave and he crawls, and this is where it's just a man fighting for his life. Fighting for survival, and the only thing that's in his back of his mind is like old classic Western is revenge. You killed my son right in front of me. So a good portion of this is man versus nature. It's struggle, it's hard, it gets you under your skin. It's just so intense, the struggle that he goes through. And all the things he meets. I'm not going to spoil everything because just to do that, but he ends up but where this is headed. It's a revenge movie, so I'm not going to push all the other things in there. I'm going to let you figure some of that out for yourself. But he eventually gets back, and they find out immediately. The captain goes back for Fitzgerald, and he's taken off, and Glass talks his way into letting the captain, take him with him. And basically, when the captain gets killed, right away by Fitzgerald, and he scalps him. Now, the significance, can I say that word, of that scalping is that Fitzgerald was once scalped, and he lived. So now he kills the captain, or colonel, or whatever he is, and he scalps him after he shoots him and then scalps him. So once Glass catches up to him, and somebody in a review once said that, once the revenge, once he's there, boom, revenge, boom. I don't remember anything quick about this. This felt like a couple of cats in a bag fighting for their lives with knives. It was intense, it was crazy, and Glass doesn't kill him. Some Indians show up that are significant. He lets, Fitzgerald float down the water toward him, and then they scalp him again, and he's dead for real this time. And that's basically the end of the movie. So now what I want to talk about is this movie's cinematography. If you're going to watch this, get an HD television. I mean, it breaks, hey, if you don't have a choice, you don't have a choice. If I got his DVD and a GE television, that's okay. But if you have the opportunity, see it on a flat screen, on Blu-ray. I'm going to watch it on the other TV that we have. We have a 60-inch out in the living room. I'm going to watch it the next time on that one because it's going to be freaking phenomenal, because the cinematography and the way they filmed in natural light is amazing. All the performances in this are amazing. The way that they filmed in natural light, the way that you can tell that these people suffered during this shoot. If you haven't heard the stories, I mean, it was an incredibly hard shoot. If you look at this, you can tell that this must have been miserable. So the fact that it won, had so many accolades, it deserves it. The Revenant for me, 10 plus 5, because it is amazing. It's not the greatest, you know, like, it's not my favorite movie in the entire universe. But for the first time seeing it, it really immersed me in this world. It made me cold. It was just amazing. So, there we go. That's The Revenant. Check it out. It is amazing. So, from Smirking Gun, Rob, me, please like and subscribe. Watch this video. Don't watch this video. It's okay. I will see you next time.